Welcome back. This is Jack. Hey, how's it going? Y'all doing all right? I hope so. I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore because of me not knowing wanting to make content. I still want to make content. It's all the animes I was watching. They've released all their out. Their seasons are over. I don't know what to do with my life. I should probably have actually pulled up the list of shows that have already gotten their new seasons approved. I'll probably do that as I'm talking right now because that's actually not a bad idea. Thank you, me. That's a great idea. I should have done this before instead of having a whole bunch of other anime stories I wanted to talk about since all my animes are on. Let's see here. Also, oh yeah, I do want to talk about that. There's a weird anime that's coming out, and I want to talk about it. Anyway, let's see here. Yep, I'm just the most like efficient like content creator. I have all this stuff planned out. I'm the most professional. Like no one's better at being professional than me. My little sister just hit me up. I just gotta had to let her know. Okay, so that one's been approved for season 3. I remember all the other ones I was keeping track of. Hang on, I can just cheat. Look at my playlist of the ones I've been watching and see the ones that have already been approved. Let's see. Soup is on 3 and it's in the middle of the season. I don't think Seventh Prince has been approved. Let's okay, yeah, Jobless Reincarnation. Hey, Gothic. There we go. Those are the ones that I wanted to do, and then I think there was something I wanted to rant about. Oh yeah, that's one. That's it. You need to get a new mouse and keyboard. This one's messing up. Here it is. I'll pull it from here because there's like a lot of people that talk about it, but we're gonna pull it up from there. All right, we're gonna start with what happened this week in anime because that's what the name of the freaking show is. Although I probably might have to flip it over to this week in coffee over whatever. Okay, I don't know what that was. All right, get started. All right, so one of the few animes that I still watch that is still releasing episodes that are not just releasing dubs is that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I don't know how long this season's going to be because I feel it's already become goaded, and they're like, just keep it going, just go. One Piece hit that mark a long time ago, and so right now we got to where they're finally getting the labyrinth going, like or doing the final steps of it, where there's so one of the problems with being a monster is you're constantly releasing magic or magicules as they call it, and the more powerful the monster, the more powerful the magicules are. Rimuru, it's never been an issue, so they never really brought it up because he's insanely powerful. Is he just absorbs it back into himself? He's able to just store it because of his infinite stomach. And a lot of like the orcs and goblins and stuff, it's not a big deal. They release it in such a small amount; it's not a big deal. Except for they all started living together, so they had to find a workaround. Well, they did. They found out they could absorb it into something and then store it, and then they could use it for other purposes. But the problem is, you have someone like Veldora, who is the storm dragon, who is a true dragon, who is one of the most powerful beings on the freaking planet. Naturally, he has an insane amount of magic skills he releases just from farting. So, and he's been holding it in as the way they described it. And they made a lot of like lewd jokes about it, saying he kind of just needs to rub one out every so often, is the way it sounded like. And it's freaking hilarious. This is a while back they said this shit. And so they finally got an answer, and it was mostly by accident. So Remus, or the little fairy, she's been wanting to move into Tempest, and Remus has been like, nah, nah, and she kind of forced his hand by guilt tripping him, and he's like, fine, wait a minute, I can use you to build a labyrinth here because he's building a coliseum, and he wanted to like cater to adventurers. So they built the coliseum, and then underneath it is a labyrinth, which all he needs is a doorway for it, and she can build an infinite labyrinth. And they're like, well, okay, we need to fill it with monsters. What are you going to do? You're going to go capture monsters? No, we're just going to let Veldor cut loose. And that's what happens. You get to see what happens when he finally lets loose all of his magical he's been holding back, and it just floods the whole area. And it shows another moment of Rimuru just being freaking smart because he's like, wait a minute. So this area is going to be saturated in molecules, right? Yeah. Or magicules, right? Yeah. And magicules creates magic iron. Dealing with the heat? Yeah, so am I. Thankfully, I have my portable AC unit going. He had that brilliant moment. He's like, wait a minute. If we bring in iron and let it soak in here, it become magic iron. And we could use that as an infinite resource. So, like Rimuru is just being freaking genius about this stuff. So it's a really good episode. It's building up to some really good parts where you get to see like how the other world nobles kind of talk to him and work with him. And I do, if you're not already like in watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, I recommend you get into it. Season 2 is gonna break your fucking heart. Like there is a scene on there that I watch every now and then just so I can feel my heart being crushed. Because it's the right level of crushing. It's not because like the one that really destroys me is like a romantic relationship, like kind of one, like in a specific way that fucks with me. This one, no. It does a good heart crushing. Though if I had watched Slime Diaries, which is like a campy slice of life of in this world following Rimuru, I probably would have killed me a bit more. Thankfully I didn't. Okay. That's what happened with That Time I Got Reincarnated. That's about the only anime I've been watching that released a new episode. All the others finished. So if you got anime recommendations I need to add, let's do it. So what I do have is some of the animes that I'm keeping an eye on and I will start watching. This is one of them, Nier Automata. I don't need to explain why. I'm going to pretend it's not because it's a gothic woman wearing a really good dress. I'm going to tell you that's what it is, but it's actually because I really like the games. They're fun. This is one of the ones I'm going to be watching. It's already got 13 episodes out. Reckless Bravery. Reckless Bravery. Hate that. Anyway, what's a reckless bra? Like it like barely conceals anything? I don't know. Anyway, this is one I do want to watch. I will be watching, so we'll be feeding back onto you on that one. This is another one that I'm keeping an eye on. It's only got 2 episodes out. It's the only reason I haven't touched it yet. I will start watching it this week, though. It's the strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human. And I hear it's the MC is not like cuts loose. What is it? Tell me. Tell me more, tell me more. Does he look like a bitch? Sorry. And then this is one I've been watching. I've already watched season 1 of. This one, it doesn't have like massive battles or anything like that. There's like some fighting in it, but it's mostly like a very heartwarming one. Now that's for season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet. And it's rather heartwarming. It's rather adorable. She is a hero in her own way, but she's not like, I have cosmic power and must kill all the enemies. She's like, no, I'm just going to make medicine and heal people. That's all I want to do. I do highly recommend this one. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Okay. Oh, these are the anime, and like you guys can look through my watch list, like my wish list or what? Yeah, watch list. And there's like a lot in here I'm keeping an eye on. Like I'll admit, I'm going to watch this at some point all the way through, just because I need that like heartwarming relationship bullshit. I do want to watch this one because I don't know. I've stopped watching this one. I should probably take it off my watch list in case I do one. This one I watch every now and then, just because like the relationship between Rit and Red in here, I just absolutely love. Like you just don't see an anime. Oh yeah, that one. That's another one I got to pull up. I'll deal with that in a second. This one's a good one. But yeah, you guys can look through my list, and it's got a lot of weird. It does a lot of variety. I don't try to do like too many romance stuff. Ben Dread. All right, let's take a look at it. I also got to pull something else up. That's why you saw me click away. Hopefully it's on here, because I really don't want to go hunting down an anime. Oh, here you go. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's got 2 seasons and a couple OVAs. All right, let's see what this is about. Battle of the sexes may seem bad on Earth, but in space colony far, far away, things are even worse. Men and women don't just argue in the future, they go straight for each other's throats. Enter Hibiki, a little guy with a dream of big adventure who gets caught in the middle of a firefight after stowing away in a top-secret mech designed to purge the galaxy of estrogen forever. What the flying fuck? I'm going to add it to the watch list. That sounds so freaking bonkers. It's got 3 episodes where I say fuck it. But if it's like the idea that like there's an actual like, and for the record though, like testosterone and estrogen don't work that way. It's not testosterone's not masculine, estrogen's not female. That's not the way it works because testosterone is actually part used in part to like the birthing process and shit. That's another conversation. God damn. What the fuck? I love it's my little sister who recommends this one to me. Anyway, I got to pull up an article real fast. I don't want to watch the video for it, but all right. It's fantasy. It's sci-fi. It looks like. Anyway, let's get started on this. This is a fan-made animation of like a fight of the fight between Frieza and Goku. Like, because a lot of the actual animation for a lot of animes, like especially in the fights, are just like straightforward. They don't actually have like a real fighting style behind it. That's changing as time goes on. But I love this. This feels like a boxing match. Like I love this animation. It's freaking crisp. Like the only thing that's missing is because like Goku actually does kicks and stuff like that, so does Frieza, and Frieza's not using his tail. Like that's the only thing I would add to it, but it's kind of hard to imagine him adding it into a fight. They were clearly using a boxing fighting style. Both of them using kind of an out fighting style. Actually, no, I take it back. Frieza's using an out fighting style. No, Frieza's using an infighting style. Now that I'm looking at it even harder, because Frieza does the um, what is it called? Do this. It's Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson used it. I forget what it's called. Peekaboo. He used the peekaboo blocking as he moves in, and which makes sense for Frieza to want to use it because Frieza is one of the smallest villains. Goku looks like he's trying to use an outfighting style. Yeah, he is. So for those who don't know, most fighters are hybrid, and Goku would be, to be honest. But you have infighting and outfighting, and then there's unorthodox. Infighting is where you're trained to get up on your opponent, usually because you're shorter, you don't have good reach, or you just want to do it. You get up on your opponent real close, and you're trained to deliver as much power as possible in a short range. Because if a person has been relying on their reach their whole fight, they're not ready to hit you. Outfighting is literally what it sounds like. You're trying to keep your opponent at range, and you're using your reach as an advantage. If your opponent can outreach you, you're screwed. The different disadvantage to infighting, because I made it sound like infighting's the best. The disadvantage to infighting is you have to close in, which means you're probably going to get hit. So you got to be durable and be able to take the hit. Most fighters are actually mixed. They'll be able to flow in and out as necessary. Like a good example of someone who was mixed is Mike Tyson in his prime. He went back and forth as much as he needed to, and Muhammad Ali actually was mixed. When he was doing his butterfly, he was usually staying at reach, and then when he needed to, he would dive in and be able to take you out. Yeah, that's why I freaking love this. It's so freaking crisp. I love it. Something that actually incredible mentioned that was really cool is when Omni Man is teaching Invincible how to fight, he actually points out, so we can fly, right? Yeah. That means anywhere our foot is considered place to stabilize our feet, and that's awesome. Fly like a butterfly, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Um, so basically, so when you throw a punch, the punch does not start in your arm or your shoulder or your back. A full power punch starts in your feet. You pivot, turn, and magnify it at each individual joint, from your knee to your hip, to your shoulder, your spine, your shoulder, magnifying with each muscle group that it goes across and each joint it goes across. That's what a full power punch is. Now, Omni-Man pointed out, our foot doesn't have to touch the ground to do this. He can literally have his foot elevated at a 45-degree angle, and it's still stabilized against the air, against his flying effect. That's actually a scary thought that you don't hear in superhero movies talked about. And I thought that was a really cool concept. They are never off balance if they don't want to be. That's something I want to bring up. Now, speaking of fan animations, so I had talked about this previously. There's a fan animation made that's going to be of the Black Swordsman arc. I think it's the Black Swordsman arc they're doing. Actually, it might be before the Black Swordsman arc for Berserk. Sometime next year, we're going to be getting it. Summer of next year. They just released a trailer. And I'm going to leave it muted. Yeah, fuck it. This channel's not monetized. Can't y'all hear it? Hang on, there's an issue going on. Because I can look at the line in and it's not pulsing at all. Can't y'all hear? Should be system. That's not it. Hope I don't fuck this up on stream. Be transmitting system. All right, I know what I'm going to do. Hang on. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. Hang on. Hang on. Second. Chotomate. Oh, shit. I need to fix that too while I'm thinking of it. That. I need to bring that back up for a different reason. 1 second. I'm fixing something else I just noticed is wrong with my sound setup. It wasn't going to be affecting my streaming. It was more. Yep, that should have fixed it for me gaming. All right, now let's see if y'all hear it. Is it just so quiet y'all can't hear it?
Destiny of mankind controlled by some.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Hang on. Oh, that should be doing it. All right. Yeah, you can hear it now because I've been tweaking it. So hang on. Let me tweak one more thing. Y'all are going to be seeing my sound settings here in a second. That's fine. You don't have to actively be listening if you don't care, especially if you don't care about goddamn Zerk. All right. Which okay, there. It's now cranked up.
Transcendental evil law. Is it like the hand of God hovering above?
I just had the sound mix so low.
It is true that man has no control. Even over his own.
So this is Studio Clips. I'm going to drop a link to their channel. I actually need to subscribe to them. I haven't been doing that. This is Studio Clips, and they're the ones who are actively looking on making a much better version than we've had. Oh fuck, I can't do it that way. Actually, I can. Hang on. I forgot I had this set up. I had the big brain. I set something up right.
Stockpile of weapons belongs to this man.
Ah. Sorry, I love me some Berserk. I want to cosplay Guts at some point. I'm not going to cut my hair for it though.
Crazy priesthood. So, the Black Swordsman has come, you say?
This is a big deal right here. Because in the original anime, they actually didn't show this part of the arc. They kind of showed a part of it, but they didn't. Actually, I don't know. They didn't even show a part of this one. Because between like the first episode and like the second episode, he actually hunts a whole nother monster at some point. And it's kind of a big deal because this that apostle actually breaks one of the rules. See, normally you only get one time to become an apostle, and like you sacrifice something. He was offered a second chance. He had to sacrifice his daughter. He said no, and it fucked him up. Someone's yelling at me. Nothing I need to worry about. Get back to this. I really want to see like what the animation for some of the fights are going to look like.
Wields an enormous blade standing taller than himself and fights with a repeating crossbow. He slaughtered the castle guards within mere seconds.
Yeah, they are not holding back. Oh God, that you don't need that on my stream.
so that you can stand above all humankind.
All right, I'm gonna stop there. They're probably already gonna get copyright striked on this video. Find out, but no. Head Up Studio Clips. I really am looking forward to their work. All right, here's the next story I want to talk about. So we are going to be getting the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. Y'all saw if y'all saw the last episode of season whatever the fuck we're on, the Hashira training arc, you saw how fucked things are about to be. Now here's my issue. They're going to turn that whole arc into a 3 movie. I don't like that. It's bothering me. Mind you, I'm a little jaded because when I went to see the Hashira training arc movie, it was really just a prequel. It was basically like the basically explaining everything that happened up to the Hashira training arc, and then like the first episode. That was it. That's all it was. So I do believe they are capable of making the movies good. My problem comes in at is that they've already made me jaded. So that's my little piece about that. Sucks. I know. Left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. All right. Mushoku Tensei has been confirmed for season 3. For those who don't know, that's Jobless Reincarnation. That's another anime I've actually talked up quite a bit. As I said before, the main character upsets me because of how pervy he is. That sums it up how pervy he is. And it's non-consensual perviness. That's why it always irks me. But it also does a good job of having some like more adult conversation in it. He does have a harem, but they actually play up the emotional side of the harem. They actually explain it about the consent of his other wife, about his second wife joining. They actually make a deal of it. They don't just go, "Oh, here's my first wife, and then you're my second wife," and the first one's like, "Okay." Mind you, she kind of is like that, but she also expected it going into the relationship with him. So that's actually kind of a big deal. There is no release date, but they've admitted, yes, we're making it. That's enough for me right now. I do look forward to it because I know what's coming up, and it's going to be really good. All right, this is the one I want to talk about that's really freaking weird. Like, this one is insanely freaking weird. And I'm going to find a specific spot to show you what I'm talking about because I don't want to. This one I'll probably will get copyright striked if I show the whole thing, the whole opening. Okay, Gothic, if you're paying attention, you need to watch this one. This one's new to me. I did not know this was in the trailer. All right, if you're watching Gothic, you ready? Here we go. I'm muted. You dear. Like you got a freaking Dark Souls reference inside the goddamn inside the opening of the goddamn anime. I freaking love it. They don't seem to have what I was looking for. So I skipped it by accident. They didn't have it. I'm gonna see if I can find the scene, the video of it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that muted just so I don't get in trouble. But hang on, this might be it. Nope. Hang on. Let's see here. Umaru-chan. Okay. Keyboard, he keeps like spamming the same letter sometimes. What the fuck is it? Like it was all over Twitter the other day, and now I can't find it at all. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. Saw her full name again. Yoko Tan. Yoko. 。 that's not it. Where is it? Okay, hang on. Still not finding it. Oh, found it. Found it finally. Oh, okay. I'm looking for the GIF version of this. We're gonna search image. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can find it on YouTube. Okay, this is the official trailer too. God damn it! I'm trying to fucking not get my channel. Well, my channel's not demonetized. I'm trying to not get a copyright strike. No? Okay, cool. It's not this one either. Damn, if I knew I was going to be doing this, I would have like had it up in advance, but no. All right, let's try this one. Oh, good. I remembered to mute it this time. I'm just like scan searching through it, so that's the one I already saw. No. All right, let's check this one. This is where it would be because it shows her already in the classroom. Okay, I'm going to show you this one just because like this anime is very self-aware of what it's doing. Say all this. Like straight up doing wait, I think this is where it is. No. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to show you this. She walks into the classroom and that's what she does with her antlers. She just walks through the wall. I can't find the fucking scene. And it's pissing me off. I'm gonna do one more thing. Hang on. Now it's matter of pride. That's it. Okay, fine. I fucking found it. Oh my god, I'm gonna thank Twitter. Leave it muted because I keep Twitter muted at all times, and I'm already probably gonna get in trouble just showing these scenes. All right, skipping ahead. Here it is. This is what I've been looking for. Uh-oh. Like, I'd want to be her friend. You see a girl just casually walk through a wall like that, I'm her friend now. Why? Partly because I'm afraid. And I just love that everybody's blasé about like her doing it, the rubble just smacking into their face. Like everybody else is just completely blasé and the main character's losing their shit, which makes you wonder if they're hallucinating this. Anyway, I am going to be watching this one just because it seems so self-aware. That's why I'm interested in it. And I have to actually thank goddamn Twitter for actually having it. Anyway, this one has been Moonlight Fantasy has been confirmed from season 3, and this makes me happy. This has been the anime I've been enjoying the most out of all of them. It has the perfect balance of everything I like and a proper isekai. The only thing I usually have an issue with is some of the fights are really short. Mind you, it's because the character's overpowered. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be good. It comes out in a bit. It's not that far off. But no, that's one of the ones I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping it gets goated and they just keep releasing episodes nonstop. I don't know if they will though. Oh yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last new show that I'm paying it, I don't know if I care. Like I'm actually playing solo leveling on my phone, that stupid phone game. But I don't know if I care about this show anymore. Like I love the concept behind it. I love the concept of like these dungeons just opening up in the world and you could be an adventurer. I love the concept, but this feels like it's just another anime of a power fantasy trip. And like the only real obstacle in his life is that he's hiding what he can do. And it makes sense why, but it hits all the notes of a power fantasy trip that annoys me. So I don't know if I care, but I'll probably watch season 2. I did enjoy the trip in season 1, and there's a lot of fights, a lot of details, because I know what happens. I've read the manga. The manga, the first 2 issues are sitting right there. I know the plot, and there's some things coming up that I'm really interested in. But at the same time, I'm like, y'all know how I feel about power fantasy trips. That's the same reason I don't like Newgate. But at least with solo leveling, the animation was on point. All right, I think I got a couple more things I want to cover. It looks like Chainsaw Man is not getting another season so far. It looks like they're going to be getting a movie. Unknown if that's true. Seeing like some talk about it. Let's see here. There was an article I've got saved I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, now I remember. Now there's 2 articles I've got saved I want to talk about. Glad y'all can't see what's on my screen. Buried underneath all the porn I've got saved. Another story I saved. Right? Oh wait, I know where it is. I actually saved it somewhere proper for once. Or did I? Where the fuck are you? Now I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to look up the topic. Okay, I'm now getting very annoyed. Okay, here we go. Finally found the fucking article. All right, Nintendo's on my shit list again. Nintendo pledges action over inappropriate use of its characters so players not made to feel uncomfortable. And the specific one they're showing for this is Bowsette. Now, I don't know if they're going to go after all instances of Bowsette or just the perverted porn version of her. Because if they do go after all versions of Bowsette, I'll actually be really pissed. Because Bowsette is clearly a fictional version of Bowser where they put on the crown and become a female. I feel like if they go after that, a lot of people are going to be like, you're going after the trans community in some way. Like, I feel like that's what's going to be said. And that's technically not, because Bowser, as far as we know, is not trans. But at the same time, the fact that they would keep the crown on means they prefer to be the female version. So, you know, let's see here. Nintendo president Shintaro Furukawa was recently questioned by shareholders who said they had come across cases on social media where Nintendo IP and games are used inappropriately. This inappropriate use of Nintendo's characters poses the risk of damaging the company's brand. The question continued. What is the company planning to do with it? So they didn't really give a direct answer on that. Now, once again, I don't know if they're going to go after like the adult version of stuff or just literally where they or almost all interpretations of it, like Bowsette being an example, where it is a fictional version. Because remember, there's not just Bowsette, there's also an alternate version of Boo that's female, and there's an alternate version of Thwomp, same concept as the Y. And I don't know if they're going to go after all of them. Now I can. There is some that I can imagine that probably should be touched, but that's another conversation. So once again, Nintendo on my shit list, Nintendo in trouble, yada yada yada. Now for some semi-good news. Ruby creators find a new home in the wake of Rooster Teeth closure. That's right, Ruby is not gone. Viz Media has picked up Ruby, so we will still be getting goddamn Ruby. We finally got Blake and Yang to kiss, and I really want to know what's going on with Nora. That's the moral of the story. So yeah, Ruby's not dead. Ruby's not gone. I'm excited. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's the news I wanted to cover. Anybody got any news stories they want to bring up to me? I'm just checking my alerts real fast. See if I'm getting demonetized and my channel taken down. Why though? I don't know. Nintendo's always been shady when it comes to like copyright laws. Now, don't forget, in Japan, the copyright laws are very different than they are here in America. So they can come after. Yeah, Ruby is still alive. So the copyright laws in Japan are very different, and that's kind of like the crux of it. So their understanding of what copyright is versus what we think of as copyright is drastically different. Here, you are allowed to use content if you're transformative, educational, or like reporting on. So technically, when I stream these and I show like the news of like a trailer of something come out, technically that is fair use. Also, spoofing is another law. But I never bothered to fight it because if I did, I'd have to deal with lawyers, and I don't have that capacity. So I just go, you know what, deleting that episode or cut out that scene. It's just not worth it to me. So, and the rules of fair use are very loose. Like the only reason we have as much of an understanding in the legal doctrine as we do in regards to YouTube is actually because of the YouTube channel H3 Productions. They're like the big court case that did it. And the bigger issue is right now we have a lot of YouTubers, and this happens all the time. It's almost cyclical, who want to abuse the copyright system to punish other content creators. Like right now, a big one that was being talked about is Tech Lead. Tech Lead is a cryptocurrency. He's basically a giant scammer. Put it that way. Like originally, he was like this really good guy who like talked about his experiences working in these major tech businesses like Google and Facebook. He's worked in them, and he's like talked about it, gave good advice about it. And then over time, he just became like, he's like day in a life of a millionaire, shit like that. Go ahead. And then when people started and then he put up a cryptocurrency called $1 million currency or million currency or million coin, whatever it was. And CoffeeZilla tore him apart over it. He started copyright striking people. And then there was somebody who did internet anarchist did a documentary on him about the whole thing, and he copyright striked him, and which is a big deal for a content creator. Not only does the video get taken down, but if you get 3 of them, your channel's gone. That's kind of a big deal. So, mind you, there's a difference between a copyright strike and a copyright claim. My videos get claimed, which means they get demonetized. On this channel, that doesn't mean jack shit, because this channel's not monetized. Over my Jack Davis one, that's why I don't do trailers and stuff like that on there. That is monetized, and I get very little monetization anyway. I really shouldn't care. But no, the fact that Ruby's back does make me happy. I don't know if I'll watch it because I'm actually really far behind. I know what happens. I haven't been watching it. I think I missed the last 2 seasons. And I also imagine when Blake and Yang finally kissed, you got Nora wherever the hell she is going, wait a minute, I felt a disturbance. You missed it! Now I'm just stalling for time for Gothic to actually ask her question. Oh, we've had this conversation off stream. Is this you just wanted me to bring it up? All right, let's do it. I'm okay with it. with having cat girls and dog girls in there. It's perfectly fine. It all depends on the depiction of it. Probably actually one of the best animes for depicting cat girls and dog girls, in my opinion, is actually Jobless Reincarnation. They did a really good job. Um, the first one you meet is Giselle, who is one of the greatest swords people in the world, one of the top ones. She is a master of one specific style, and also almost completely made of muscle. She's the only fat on her is probably her really big boobs, because of course it's an anime; she has to have those. One of the jokes is at one point the main character wants to see the base of her tail, well, that's what he says, but he really wanted to check out her butt. But when she pulls down to let him see the base of her tail, he's like, "Is that even a butt?" Donk, like a solid rock. And the tribe she comes from, you actually get to meet some of the dog girls that are from the same tribe. It's the same species. It's just like, I guess it's a flip of the coin what you're born as. And I think that one does a really good job of depicting probably what a realistic version is. And they also do they also explain like heat mechanics, meaning like the characters do go in heat. They did a good job with that. Anyway, now what Gothic was probably bringing up specifically is a unserious conversation we have where a lot of times when you have cat girls in animes, especially harem animes, they're like this super loving and attached wife, and that's not the way it is. Like you clearly have never had a cat. Cats choose one human, and they will be attached. So like, this is my human, but they also will be like, I'm not paying attention to you. I just happen to be in the same room. They are the most tsundere animal in existence. So the fact that they have cat girls who don't act like tsundere, big issue. Like probably the most accurate one for that would be in High School DxD. I can't remember her name. Now, if you want the one who's like super loving and affectionate, yeah, it would definitely be a dog girl. She'd be like, oh my god, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You walk out of the apartment for like 2 minutes, go check the mail. You come back, like, I thought you abandoned me. That'd be a dog girl. Those are my thoughts on it. Are you wrong about what? I don't see you like make it. It's just like my thoughts, and then am I wrong? I don't know what you said in between the two. Said anything between the two. Right. Bleach, probably the most recent season, is being done by Viz right now, which means this is going to end up on Hulu. Now that I think of it, because I want to see the newest season of Dozen Year World Blood Arc when it comes out, but I'm not, since it's on Hulu, and I don't want to pay for Hulu. They kept jacking up the price, and I'm like, you know what? Wash my hands. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't think you could emotionally handle a cat girl, like one being a tsundere to you. You're like, nah, can't handle it. I know you personally. I don't think you could handle it. That's the way they behave. Like Zane right now is in the room with me. He is sitting over there, and if I were to go to my room, he would be in my room. Then, if I go to the bathroom, he's in the bathroom with me. Like, he is not paying attention to me. He just happens to be in the same room as me. That's what a cat girl would really be like. If you're doing the super affectionate personality, and not just treating him like a normal human with like some animalistic traits. Yeah, I'm getting like heat warnings down at the base of my computer, right? Not that my computer's in trouble, just that it's hot outside. I'd be dying right now if I didn't have my portable AC running. My electric bill's gonna be a bitch. That's good. I don't want you overheating. All right. I think I covered what I want to cover with today's episode. We're gonna stick with this format. I'm gonna check out those new animes I mentioned earlier, and then I'll be able to start talking about them during a stream. I don't know if I'll get to Vondred immediately, but I probably will. No idea. I've got like Nier Automata I want to kill. Like, that one's really good. I mean, the game's really good. I don't know how the anime is. But yeah, you like what you saw, like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to follow. Blah, 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 all the things I'm supposed to say as a content creator. See you on the next one, all right?